Hello, my lovely spectators. Dee here. Welcome back to my studio and my Edith Holden junk journal journey. Wow, that's a lot of J's. Um, so been breaking down the book and cutting up the pages. Oh my God, I know, right? And trying to maximize. And I don't really know like what should I include and what I shouldn't include. So, making some strategic things. I don't want to just pull it apart and then make another Edith Holden book. So I went through and like I was telling you in the other video where I was ephemerizing it, that I was going to cut apart some stuff and keep other stuff intact. And so I've kind of gotten all the bits and pieces that I'm thinking about. So I'm going to show you a little bit of the things that I made and what's going on here. So what I have to use as a cover right now is I have a bazillion of these. Yes, a bazillion. I have like 30 because I know how to hoard. Anyway, so these are about a 2-inch spine. They're just shy of 2 inches. So I figured two signatures in this journal would be sufficient to not have it start out like a chunky monkey. So I have pulled one page that is a full spread for each signature, right? Like I said, this, these beautiful ones in the center. And then here's the other one for the other signature. And then I grabbed another page that had, a decent amount of original imagery there, right? So this is going to go in one signature and this is going to go in another signature. Then I started to think about all the things that I have in my stash. Coffee dye paper, wallpaper, music paper, scrapbooking paper, piano rolls, all of that good stuff. So let me show you well, first of all, let me show you the other things that I cut apart from Edith Holden, right? So I took some of the pages that have just the text. I made a coin envelope, excuse me, to put into the book. I made another type of envelope. I feel like I showed this to you guys, but I don't know. Maybe I did, and this is repetitive, but I made these little tags. So I used a lot of the text only stuff so that I could add embellishments, other florals and things of that nature. I made a large tag that had a word on it from one of these text pages. I made a few cards that are for journaling, so I will need to add some coffee dyed paper to the backs. Probably not here. I'd leave that one alone because you can right there. But these two, I would definitely need to, like half the bird though, I don't know. We'll think about that. Another couple of tags, another journaling card that I would decorate even though it has text. I made a pocket for the front. I made 2 pockets for 2 pages in the book. I made 2 slanted pockets for 2 pages in the book. The other pieces that come from those slanted pockets for upper tucks. A belly band, which I still need to do some embellishment on and some, I have an idea of what I want to do with this. 1 side pocket for a page. I'm going to include a little matchbook with scraps in it, scrap paper for some added little paper. And then I took 2 pages and I did flip outs. So I have one that's kind of long, one that came from something else that's kind of short. So, and then I grabbed a couple of these that had a lot of text on the back that I'm thinking to use the front. Now, it has the month. I would have to cut it down, of course. So, but those are the elements so far. I also am planning a few other elements in there because I still have plenty of paper and there's certain things that I want to include. So I'm making another tag or 2. So I wrote down my list. I have some charms that I want to make and I want to maybe do a fabric flip. I'm not sure. and I want to do an XL tab cluster. I'm not sure about the fabric flip because I did a flip kind of in the papers that I pulled to use. So let me put these back. So these are all embellishment parts of the embellishments of the journals. So there's multiples to go in between each of them, each of the two signatures. So these two pages, I feel like I'm missing, oh, here it goes. Sorry, these are scraps. These two pages are going into the journal. Now, the journals are 5.5, so this needs to be bent down by 8.5, so it needs to be cut down slightly. I probably will cut from the top. I'll lose the numbers, but I can still keep some of the content on the bottom here. So that's something that's going to happen there. Let me show you an example. Well, let me show you a signature. The things that go into a signature, or what I'm thinking. So this is what a signature like. It looks very, very puffy because it's not centered right now. Things need to be creased very well. I was pulling and just made basic crease. So I have coffee dyed paper, right? I have a book page. Ooh, coffee dyed paper book page. I have piano roll. Now, if you've ever dealt with piano roll, you know that this just loves to curl regardless of what you're doing to it. So if you have a solution for that, I would love to hear it, because I'm struggling. I saw someone had piano paint in one of their journals in the YouTube video world, and it was curling up where she was showing. I didn't want to put it on top of paper because then you lose the openness of what piano paper is about. Anyway, some wallpaper, right? So I'm going to open this one up because the other one, I'm just going to hold it down. Another piece of coffee dyed paper, so I have two. A doily. Now this doily is rather large, and it does, I'm folding it up. So I think I'm going to need to also, besides folding it up, I'm going to need to fold in one side because it sticks out way too much. I have some coffee dyed line paper from a composition notebook. I have yellow coffee dye paper that I've created this border. I saw AgirlAGameAndAGoal have these in her stash, and so I wanted to mimic that. I have pink coffee dye paper for some color. I have this weird textured paper. Yes, and all my paper is coffee dye. I have this cardstock, which I have a flip, but it was I don't know why I had it folded before like that. So I had to fold it in again. So I was thinking of taking part of this strip to kind of solidify that and leave it as a flip. Anyway, so we'll see how that's going to go. I'm not sure just yet. I have music. So I have a lot of music papers. So I have a music paper. And let me open this guy up. And then I have this. So now, instead of a fabric flip, also saw this on AgirlAGameAndAGoal, but I think hers was more of like layers on layers on layers. And I'm like, I don't want to use double-sided paper and then not waste, but like we have so much, but yes, again, I'm hoarding. So this flips up. So I just cut this little window there, right? And then I put a little tab. So this flips up and this is here. And on the other side, we have a piece of coffee dye paper to add. I could add a little bit of embellishment there. This is blank as well. And then the other side is just normal. So I wasn't going to do it on both. So this is where, if this were the middle, you know, that's where this would go. And then somewhere in here, in the story of it all, would be the Edith Holden, right? So you can see that they definitely will need to be cut down. 1, 2, 3, 4. But I'm not going to cut down the Edith Holden. I will be folding them in in order to do that. So this is what I'm planning to do in my book, right? So I have here another set, right? And I'm just going to duplicate the same things, except that I have different wallpaper in here. I still have this, but I have all the coffee dyed paper, the yellow, the yellow, the composition notebook, the other coffee dye paper, the book page. Now the only thing I don't have in here that I was kind of contemplating was to put like map, but all of my maps, I have a different type of dolly. So with this one, I will probably need to like fold it up a little bit and leave it a little shorter. So I may need to figure out where to fold it because this is a little wrinkled. I have to iron it out. I'm not sure. So I'm going to fold that one into here. There's another one of these bordered pages which has different border. This pink one, again, you know, so the same types of papers, maybe not necessarily in the same order, right? So here we go. And then I'll put the strip there, another music, and then I made another one in a different color. So I put that up there in both of them. And same thing right here and here. So again, I would put, let me take all these pieces out. I put the center page in here, right? When you open it up, and then somewhere amongst the other one would be. So this is the second signature that I was thinking of, right? And then again, I would have to do my folding, my cutting, etc. It's not the order necessarily that I would want it in, you know, because I do want some. This is pretty, this is not bad, and stuff. So then there would be 2 signatures inside this book. And right now, because of the fact that it's not sewn in and it's not really how do you call it, pressed down, it's still popping up. I mean, the piano paper is pulling it up. So there's no weight to the cover yet either. The cardstock is standard. This is like, you know, cereal box. So once I put fabric on the front, on the inside, I will probably not put fabric. I'll probably put a heavier cardstock. I have like a nice pink or something like that, or craft cardstock to have and give it extra weight, and stuff. Yeah, so I would do it this way, so that way anything that's coming on here is going to not bleed through, you know, in terms of a design. And then so I'm putting cardstock here to cover that completely. And then I know that I'm cutting, you know, putting these things in so they fit, but then I also want to add some lace and stuff. So I might want to add the lace onto consistently onto the regular cardstock, just so that I know there would be like about 4 pages in each signature that would have some lace peeking out, possibly lace on the front, and then it would be all about decorating and finalizing these pieces, right? And adding in the ones that I need to have. Now there's a cluster that I want to make. I don't want it to stick out. It might a little bit because it seems like it might be too big, but I'm hoping that I can make it work and like tuck it in. So yeah, so this is the journey right now. So I'm gonna work on making the rest of the pieces that I need, and then work on the cover and finalizing the order of these guys. So in the next clip, I will have some good amount of that stuff already done. So it'll be a second for you, but it may be a few days for me. Okay, 1, 2, 3, bam. All right, our second is over. This has been a minute for me to do this. Probably more further than you would have liked to have seen, but I already bound. Let's just say my idea of a signature is probably a little bit much in terms of what is there. So now it is sewn in. It has all the different types of papers that I want to put into a signature, and it's, you know, you can do this to it, but it's staying parallel, the top and the bottom cover. Now you'll notice that there's some a little irregularity over here because I had to actually extend the spine. So there was a little Frankensteining going on here, and all of that good stuff, and it was a bit of a much to process and take kind of figure out. I have a couple of little tweaks I still have to do left to the cover. So we had a little bit of rippage when we came to the fold of that. So we're going to be adding a little bit of gold bling, and you'll see why that matches and that works out for us. So we're going to put a little bit above and below. I don't know if I'm going to do it in that video because I don't want to deal with the cover. Also, we'll probably maybe, because I mean, it doesn't look bad, right? But you know, the holes are there. I might put this down as part of the spine, so we'll have something that looks like this to cover those, and then this and this on the back, into the front a little bit, just to have a little bit of whimsy there. So that is the consideration there, and you'll see why those two trims. So I'm going to give you a walkthrough of the journal. So I did the three hole pamphlet stitch, and I have the strings hanging. I'm not sure if I want to add maybe a couple of little subtle dangles or not. I don't know. I feel like she's a lot. I do plan to put her in my Etsy. I haven't decided when yet, but there are things that we need to finish off. So I covered her in paper. I couldn't find my fabrics. I think they're down, put out of the way, because I have a couple of places that I'm storing crafting stuff, and we had to move things around, and so I have this going on. So I still need to do some kind of a topper. So I was thinking of, let me show you, so we can start sussing out all these different pieces. So I have all the different pieces that I plan to put in here, and we're gonna attach some of them, and we're gonna, you know, go from there together. Let's see here. I'm trying to put my fan on because I'm feeling a bit warm. Okay, hopefully, because the one over here by me is going to be into the video. So let's look for what I was thinking for a topper. Now it takes over the entirety of this piece here, which I'm kind of like on the fence about, because I kind of, you know, I feel like I want to have something on top, but I was thinking of maybe chopping it down to here to include that, and then maybe adding this as well as like a little bit of a label, kind of like a layering thing. I don't know. I'm not going to do the cover. You guys can leave me what you think. Should I leave her like this? I want to put the little, what's it called again? The little corners. I'm going to put the little corners in gold to match up with the gold. And so do I make a topper? Do I layer some other different type of fabric? Because I don't have any other fabrics in here. So let's open her up. So in here, I use one of these pages that is from the book to cover the rest of this. And, you know, that's... this is a little bit of a issue, right? So when we have this gold coming across from the behind, it'll cover that. So I'm not, you know, what do you call it? It's to fill in and to also fix the situation when I had to do the spine over. So that was a little bit of like, whatever. So over here we have a flip up with a little handle. So what I did was I made a little label. Where is it? Here we go. I made a little label because I have two of these. Each of the signatures start with that flip up hidden kind of situation. So I've made these little labels that have the gold, because the brown is here, and I can put them here so they provide a way to keep it closed. So I have one that says making memory since, and then I have one that says this journal belongs to. So I'm gonna put that one here, this journal belongs to, and we're gonna, you know, put some of this stuff together. Okay. Okay. So because there's still fabric on here, I'm gonna add fabric tack down here. Well, trim, but same difference, right? Only about halfway because I don't want to accidentally get this guy locked and loaded. So we're gonna put this little trim here, and we're gonna hold that there for a moment or so. Okay. Yes, there we go. So I want to put a pocket here. I was thinking of putting this pocket here. That was an option. I was also thinking of maybe putting the belly band that I made and make it like a tuck. So I'm on the fence with these two items as being part of the front cover. Okay, so now this, you can tuck that in here. Oh, it needs to be held a little longer. You know what I need? I need binder clips, which I don't have right now. So, no bueno. I hope this glue doesn't stay. Oh, no. Maybe we should, I should try doing a combo of Fabri-Tac and art glitter glue so that art glitter could hold it. And then the Fabri-Tac can, you know, do what it needs to do. Okay, so hopefully that's not gonna slide. So I can put this one here, which is an option, and I could put the belly band here. And in the belly band, what I did was I made some tags of paper that matched the scrapbook paper that I used, and this is Edith Holden paper. All I did was cut a little slit, made a tiny little thumb notch so that I could slip these tags in, and then I just put white paper on the back at the bottom in order to stop the tags from falling all the way through. So I have these. I still have to put little, you know, strings and stuff like that on there. I'm thinking I'm gonna go with something like the greenish, because I don't really have much green stuff going on in here in terms of that. So I don't know if I want to put that there because I like the word July, and I could put this here, or I could put it on the back. On the back, there's a poem which is complete, so I don't think I want to put it on the back. So we might find a space to put it on the inside. All right, so I think we're gonna just move on for now and just look at some of the stuff here. You know what? I think you're gonna go in here. Is it gonna go here? I think it's gonna go here. I think it has to go there because, yeah, it's just the beginning of the thing. I have some stuff that's going in that is envelopes and such that, you know, are gonna have a little bit of bits and pieces. So we're going to put it, really, we're going to put it in, okay? So, okay, all right. All right, okay. I'm going to put him right here on the edge, right there. Okay, nice and nice. Okay. Okay, so with that said, let me put in one of the items that I made. So I made a little coin envelope that I'm going to put in here. Still need to do a little decoration. I'm going to put some stickers, ephemera, other bits and pieces that the person could use to maybe decorate. Okay, so now let's just go through the pages. So this is here. So when creating this little pocket, right, I put coffee dye paper. It looks a little bland. I'm going to find something to decorate, a floral or something of that nature. We have coffee dye paper, coffee dye cardstock. Put a strip that mirrored that, okay? a doily rather, with a little bit of like a pocket situation and a pocket situation here. I'm not gonna close it up. The person can choose to do whatever they want. Another writing area here. So that has this stickered coffee dye. On this one, it's like a photo paper that was like coffee dyed. So I put our first introduction of like some trim. And then I have an Edith Holden page. So I don't want to cut these off, so I have them so they flip a little bit. And on the other side, I feel like we can add something because it's just text. Okay, so we have some things that were made for here. So let me move them around. Okay, sorry. Well, we already saw the belly band. We have tags. We have a couple of envelopes that I want to include to add more stuff into. Where are my other pockets? Okay, here. So, yeah, let's see here. This is going to be a long video. I hope that you guys, I'm sorry about my arm. So I can put, now I've made it so that the signatures have exactly the same thing, not necessarily in the same order. If I have a pocket here and I only have one, it's because there's only going to be a one in the other journal. Tags and stuff like that, let me just get those out of the way because they're just taking up space. Okay. Some of the journal cards, which are these, I need to back up with coffee dyed paper, and so these items are not going to be put into the journal in that way where we're gluing them in, so I'm just going to put them to the side. I should have probably did that before you guys joined me. Another tag. So the bits that are going to be glued in, this is another one that's not. I'm going to show you this. Let's see here. So I have a pocket like that. So let me just separate this. I have a pocket here. I have an envelope that I'm putting in. This is ephemera. I have another folder that I'm going to put in at some point. These are my envelopes. I feel like I'm missing pockets. What's going on here? Okay. That's not clean. I'm sorry. I'm like a total mess. Like, chica, get yourself together before you put on the camera. But you know what? This is real life. You get enthusiastic about something, you want to talk about it, and you want to do it. So I have these two pockets, which are very pretty. I think I'll put this one here. I also have a slanted pocket with not much on it, so I might have to embellish that. And I have one on the other side. I should have two of these. Where the heck? I should have four, rather. I mean, okay. This is no bueno. Okay. So here we go. And then I have two upper tucks. So that should be one. I should have a whole set. All right, I'm gonna put you on hold because I don't know what happens. Maybe some stuff slid. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm so sorry for starting before being 100% ready to go. My apologies profusely. So yeah, I miscalculated or misrepresented. That is not a word. I know, I'm sorry. I'm making up words here. So all I did was take a moment to kind of put the different things. So everything that goes in one signature right here is in this pile. There's another pile over there. This is also two of the things. So a regular old Amazon envelope that was like coffee themed, whatever, I'm going to attach to a page. And this guy that I kind of distressed is going to also go into the signature. So let's go back to the journal because I apologize again because I'm all over the place. So we have the pocket and the one off of here. So now there are a couple other things that were supposed to go inside. There's another envelope here that I was going to put in here. Unfortunately, like I'm looking at this guy here and I'm just like, oh, it looks so nice. I don't want to cover it. I have another little pocket here that I'm seeing is a little too long, so I might have to adjust that. But that's what's happening there. So I could belly band this over here. So these items I gotta figure out. But let's go through the signature and rewind because I'm so sorry. So we have the scrapbooking paper with this that needs a little decoration, a coffee dyed, and like I said, we were over here and I wanted to start adding things, right? So one of the things I had showed in the other video was this washi, not washi, this piano paper. And now I'm thinking that I need to go in and do a little bit of adjusting, because why did I think washi sticker was going to stay? But it does help to stop the curl from being so dramatic when it comes to that. So I'm like, okay, I didn't want to put it on both sides. I'm thinking maybe I should, because it's just a little faux stitching washing. So I might do that. I added some in the seam because of being sewed through, and this is very delicate. And yeah, so coffee dye. I included a map. Another piece, this is coffee dyed yellow paper, so it looks different. Some wallpaper, all of the stuff is vintage. It comes from vintage places and stuff. The coffee dyed papers, of course, they're just copy paper new. So this is pink copy paper, so I put the gold on there. Music, a composition notebook that I took out, you know, I took it apart like, you know, we would take apart a book. So I have the full sheet, so it goes all the way across. And then the center is one of the Edith Holden centers. Okay, it's a little rough around this. We just need to, you know. So then on the other side, we have the same things going, right? And so we want to add those pieces in here, right? Same thing here, so it's on the other side. So I think I'm going to go back and add the stitching on the other side, right? This is flipping out. That paper that had the trim, the bordered paper, the other dolly. So I shifted it because I didn't want it sticking out too much. A little bit is okay, not that extreme. This is the cardstock. Coffee dye paper. Mine tends to be a little aggressive, and then the cardstock. So that's the first one, right? And then the second one, we need to put our other label here. So the label that said memory since, where did I put her? Oh my goodness. Anyway, I'm not gonna do it now because we knew it was sliding all over the place. But memory since, right? Making memory since. So like a person could date the journal, like maybe when they received it or whatever the case is, something of that nature. This is here. I decided to put this wallpaper here. There's the other side of that coffee dye construction paper. This is the bordered. Here's our Elizabeth Holden book page. And again, the other side. So this is probably where I want to add those other elements, right? Or just leave them and let them do whatever they want to do with it. Or the pocket here, so that way there's some color. Then we have the pink, the coffee dyed, the map, the piano. Then we have the yellow coffee dyed, the cardstock. So I use the other trim so that it kind of matches one side to the other. The book page, right? I have another doily in here, which is a round one. So I put it up like that. It's kind of like a side tuck, sort of. It's not so bad. The center, and then we've got the rest of it going back the other way. So we do need to add elements, right? So I really do not, I'm sad that this happened, but it happens, right? Where we got a little bit of wrinkling, but that's because it's right in the thing, and I think I didn't wait for it to be completely dry before I bent it, so that's a problem. When I extended it, I used a piece of cardboard from like the Amazon box, so it's much thicker than this, so there is a pop out, right? And because my box was up to 6, it's not passing outside of that box. So I'm happy with that. So this is why I need to add that little gold trim just to cover up this and this over here, and then that'll look finished, right? So what I want to do is I want to add these elements. So these all go in the first signature. So again, this is going to be placed on one of the pages, right? And it'll be a flip out. I want to decorate this either with little pieces of just, you know, I cut out little squares and just add them for interest on here, or getting a stamp, a flower stamp, and just stamping a few of the spots with flower. So that's what I want to do with this. And then with this one, I have some really big, long flowers from an Etsy shop called Daisy Avenue. I might fussy cut one that's really pretty and put it here. So that's going to be what's going to happen there. I didn't feel like distressing this one, but now I'm looking at it, I said maybe I should have distressed it a little bit, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So then I have this flip out page. So I want to add it to something as well, so that way we'd have a little bit of interest. Another flip out, and then we have the two pockets, and then we have the slanted pocket, and we have the corner tuck. And then this is all the ephemera. So let me just show you the ephemera that I was able to make from the book. I still need to back this with coffee dye paper so that there would be some writing space. I mean, there is, but you know, I should cover that. This one is more about decorating. I'm going to add something like that over here. So this is a journal card. This is a tag that I need to add coffee dye paper to, but I did put the sticker for the floral. This one I'm not going to add anything to the back because it's light enough to write on. I just need a little tag topper. So like I said, I'm going to find something green to put all the tag toppers. Here's another tag that I just put a floral, and I'm going to put some coffee dye. I need to decorate this one and put coffee dye on this. And then I made these in a video. So we've got these fairies. They're from the Summer Fairy or something, from Cecil, what's her name? From this book. So that I have a video on my channel that shows you how I did this. So it's a flip out, right? But when you look at it, I'm going to put a little pin here, or a paper clip rather, and then you'll turn it over. You see the song of this fairy, and then when you open it, you have another fairy picture just for pretties, and then you have a space for it. So it's like a hidden. So all these things will go in all these pockets and tucks and etc. So these things are not going to get put in here, but we do need to figure out where these items are going to go. So let's do that, right? I need to add decoration here. I could, but I want to kind of leave whatever I can. I could put a nice floral sticker or something here, so I'm not going to worry about that page. Neither that page nor that page. So I'm like, okay, da 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 da. So, yeah, so I could for the map sake of it, but I don't know. I feel like I want to add it to some place that would kind of, how do you call it? Make sense for it to be on there, so that there would be some hidden stuff, you know, like what I'm saying. Like I could put it here, and then it'll flap open, and then it's hidden journaling space for the person. So let me round the inside corners here, because I just realized that I hadn't rounded those. Okay. All right. And you know what? I think we're just going to put it, right here. No problem. So let's get our glitter glue and glue up this flap. Now you could, I want it to be secured. You could do it like as a tuck as well, but I think I'm just going to leave it alone right now. If I don't care for how it looks, I can always grab another piece of the scrapbook paper and add it to the situation here. So it sticks out a little bit. I'm not mad at that. Okay. So now we have a little bit of a interest here on this page where we have this guy coming out. Okay. We have our hidden, we can do some journaling behind there. Okay. Yeah. I'm also on the fence. I could put another piece of journaling paper here. That might be something that might be cute. So I have to think about that, because now that I'm seeing it in place. All right. I don't want to put anything on here. It's curling up, so I kind of feel like it's annoying me. Now this page is just text. It's about the price of certain things. It's like a catalog reference page. So let's see, maybe we could put this here, right? So that way it's there. Now I don't know, like I feel like, okay, I'm covering this, but maybe I want to be more covering of of something where they could write, you know, that way it's always going to give them that hidden ability, right? And over here might be more interesting to add just a little something in the corner. So this would be kind of like a corner tuck, and so that there's something there and they could decorate or doodle or whatever. So I'm kind of on the fence with that. All right, I think I'm gonna do the doodling tuck thing, so that, yeah, I'm good with that. So I'm gonna just do one corner right here. Okay. And then we're going to put it on the page. Okay, with some art glitter glue. Okay. And that way it's a little bit of a tuck, so we can just, you know, do something like that. Okay, so we've got that piece in. Okay, we've got this. Maybe on the back of that we put another pocket. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put a pocket there. Okay, so I know some people at that I've seen, they kind of make it where wherever they put something on one side of the page, they go to the other side and kind of balance it out. So let's see if that's gonna be happening here. So we have a pocket here. Okay, so I have these two that need to be added. So now I have these left over, right? Not quite left over, but I'm looking at where else I could add, right? So let's go back to this, right? That's where I had the pocket. So I could put the pocket, I think I'm gonna put just a pocket. I'm gonna put this pocket here, okay? And I don't know if I'm gonna put anything on the back necessarily. Okay, good amount of glue. Let's get it straight to the edge. Let's try to make it look like it's straight, because this is a little crinkly and also probably ripped out of the book in such a way that it's a little off center. Okay. I feel like gluing on coffee dye paper is sometimes difficult. All right, so we have that pocket there. So we have one more pocket that needs to go in here. Now I was thinking of putting it, where was it? Wasn't I gonna put it on something? Oh, I think I'm gonna put it on the other side of that flip out. Okay. So that would be this page. So let's put it here, right? Do we want to do that? Do you want to do this? Oh, let's put it, can we put it here? Is that a little too much? Let's put it here. I think that's cute because it goes with it, because it came from it, the same page, I think. Okay. Alright, so that's in there nice and nice. So the only thing we have to do is add these guys. So I think I'm going to add this one here. Again, so it could be a flip out. So it's going to do this, right? And they'll be putting something in here. So on this side, because it is deep enough, maybe I make it like a little side pocket. I could also make it like a side tuck if I just put a good strip of glue there. But then this oh well, nobody would see it because you couldn't lift it. Yeah, let's do that. Let's make it a tuck in that way. Okay, so it's there. So we're going to put about a ½ inch deep of glue. That way it's there nicely. Okay, it's in there, and there we go. Okay, And when that glues down, we should be able to slide something there as a tuck. Okay, so we need a spot for this. And I was thinking, like I said, I was thinking of putting it on the wallpaper. But I don't know if you could really write on the wallpaper. I mean, you should be able to. It looks like it has, you know, retro old. It's like 20 plus years old. But, yeah, so where? I think that's the only place. Let's try it. Let's try it. So, this wallpaper has this guy, which has the 2 pockets. This one is near. It has the 1 pocket. So let's actually put it here, like this. Okay. And then we could do the same thing by making it into like a tuckable spot. So let's do that again. Okay, let's add enough adhesive. Now it has a little bit of a slickness to the surface. I'm gonna hope that this is good. After it dries, I'm gonna double check on it and make sure that it's glued, right? So there we go. Okay. All right. Okay. So there's that. Okay. All right. So this signature is complete with all of its add-ons, but not its ephemera, but that's okay. All right. Now let's go into the second one and let's zhuzh her up. So do we want to, no, I don't want to cover this because it has the floral, so we're not going to do anything to the back of this. I mean, we could, let's grab the other stuff, but let's just take a quick look, right? Same items. So on the backs of these, we could be adding things as well, right? So let's see here, there. Okay, so I need to put my pockets, I need to put my envelopes and whatnot. Okay, so on the back of this cardstock one, let's put the other envelope that goes there. And let's do that like this again. So we'll have an envelope there. Okay, so we're gonna do that. And we will do the tuckable moment again. Okay, so that's going to be glued down nicely there. So we have our little tuck-in. Okay, where are we putting our envelope? Let's see. The other envelope could go, do we want to put it next to this guy? Why not? Let's put it like this, right? Sure. Okay, let's put it here. All right, let's put it there. Because why not? So yeah, I'm aware that there's a lot of envelopes with tuckage and stuff like that. So I will include some more coffee dyed paper pieces, some more coffee dyed, maybe some music pieces or something of that nature, in order to kind of give something along with this journal. We have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, where's that little tuck? Okay, we have these 4 more items to put in here. So let's look for a nice spot. Okay, this is here. I think over here, because June is already cut off, I think I could put the tuck there. Right? Or do we want to put the other pocket here? I don't mind that. Let's put that pocket there. Okay. So I'm trying to include a good amount of Edith and Holden paper and also things that were made from the book, right? And stuff. Okay. There we go. So there's that. Let's find a spot for this little tuck-in over here. I want to do it over here, maybe. just because it's just a blank paper. Let's do that there. And then we should move to the other half of the signature. Okay. All right. Here. There we go. It's a light tuck in. Hopefully, maybe it can be used, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so now we're moving to the second half of the signature. So I think what I want to do is I want to put the pocket here on this coffee dye paper, okay, because it's not really something where you're going to be writing on it. So it's a great place to be able to put things in front of things and it not take up writing space. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, and then we have this is pretty, so we're not going to worry about that. We have this, which I could do that here, but maybe to add some stability to this, would it help it from curling? I don't know. Or do I just go with what we did in the other journal, which is to put this nice paper on top of itself? Decisions, guys. Oh, I also forgot this. Ugh, forgot about this guy. All right, we gotta find a spot for that. I think I'm gonna just do it. Some continuity, consistency. You know, some changing around here and there, but still, the pockets are there. This allows for some writing above it because you could write on this, not a problem. So it's not a message not to write, but I think this is a pretty juxtaposition, you know, the front and the back melded together into this page. Okay, and then the back we have the full-on whatever. I think we're gonna wind up putting the belly band over here. Where's my little tag? It fell out. Where she went? Okay, so let's put the belly band here. I don't think that's I think that's a good idea, so let's do that. Okay, and then up here we're gonna put a good amount as well. Okay, and put her right there. Okay, yes, there we go. And then what we can do is we can put the envelope with some other goodies right in there. So I'm going to have to fill that. So this is going to be scrap papers that I'm going to put into this and make a little thing for that. So let's see here. Maybe, see, that's the problem. I want it over here on this side. So nope, that's not going to work for that one. We still need a place to put this guy. So what if we do that? It would help with some of the rigidity. That's an option. And then, or see where else could we go ahead with that. Do I want to put it? I didn't put anything on this one. No, because I want to put it on something where there's an option for writing, and I don't want to add another piece of coffee dye necessarily in there. So we already put something there. We put something here. Something there. There. Okay. So you know what? It might wind up in the second half. Let's go back again. This already has this kind of thing. So this one, like it has this, can easily, you know, be a tuck right there. I guess maybe we put it in the same spot like the other one. Wasn't the other one by the map? Let's see here. I'm not mad at that. I'll be good with that. Where is it? Is it? No, it's not. Okay. All right. So we can do that. So we're just going to put our adhesive here. Oh, I forgot to round it. Oh no, I'm gonna get my machine dirty. Well, that's the new one. So let me let me grab the older one that's been failing me sometimes. You see, you little sucker. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, new guy. I'll clean you up, I promise. Alright, so let's do this. A little bit from the seam. And there we go. Right about there. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. Got that. Then you have this. I like this. It's a poem. I wouldn't cover that. And then you have space here to write. So I think that worked out lovely. My glue's in the thing. Oh no. Yeah. Excuse me. So the last things, well, we have the journal cards, which we could put in a minute and stuff, and then I'll just have to like take them out. The last thing is this guy, so I need some place to put it, and so maybe on the back side of this signature, right? So I do need to cut it down. So let me do that because I was not, you know, I don't know what I was doing. So I think I'm gonna cut off like, I don't know, 1/2 inch. That should be enough. Doesn't bother me if the hole is not, the notch is not in the center. I don't know why I thought I could use this guy again. Doesn't like Edith Holden paper, I guess. Let's try one more time. No. Yeah, it'll do like heavier cardstock and whatnot. Okay, so we're almost done actually to creating the entire, let's see if I get ink out of this enough to match the inkage of the other sides. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, that's okay. Excuse me. Okay, so we're gonna plop this one here. I can go all the way to the edge, right? Maximize that. I could go for a little bit of a design flair and then put that little bit there. Let's see here. You know what? I'm gonna go all the way to the edge because why not? Why try to be overly fancy? And stuff. So somebody might think that that's actually a mistake. So let's not do that. So my spine is 3 inches. I sewed them in at 1 inch from the edges. So there's 1 inch between the two signatures themselves. Okay, almost done. Let's get that down. All right. Oh, the other side has a thing. Okay. Did that happen? Did I intervene? Yes, I did the same thing. It's all good. All right. So then over here, what I could do is I'll put the little pocket that's going to have that. So, oh, the last thing. Where did it go? It's somewhere. Hold up a second. I have the other little piece. Where is she? Oh, no. Where is she? Oh, here she goes. Which is this one for here. So making memory since. I'm going to put that right there. So let's hold on to that to get our little fabric-tacky, gluey goodness. What is the problem? So let's put a bunch of adhesive here. Okay. And then let's try. Let's see if adding a little bit of art glitter right above here where it's going to hit the paper is going to help hold it. All right, so we're going to go like that, and we're going to do that. Okay, so yeah, so I'm going to put my first journal up into my Etsy. It's going to be this lady here. I don't know if I'm going to add any more ephemera in terms of, you know, I just have basically the tags, right? And I still need to do, oh, no. Shoot. Please, please go away. Do not mess up. Okay. Oh, these tags I made in Publisher, right? It's just a quick little one that I always like go to for things. Make sure it didn't stick. And so I'm gonna put a Ko-fi listing of these in several different fonts for free on my Ko-fi, because some people are always looking for it. So they go on a 3 by 1.5 inch label. So there's a box, you can cut them out. I dyed mine pink, not dyed, but I colored mine pink in the program. But what I'm uploading is a bunch that are, where's my trash? They're all white, right? So if I feel like maybe going in and doing a couple of pastel colors and do a second document, then that'll be there too. Like pink, a blue, a light green, a light yellow, maybe like a tan, a gray. So I might put that together. And so look for that in the Ko-fi. It's listed downstairs, down in the description and stuff like that. So let's go through. So we need to fill this. We have that. Over here, we need to do a little bit of decorating. We've got the flip out. That's fine. We could also do a little bit of decorating there. Okay, so there's a lot of writing space, right? We have a tuck. So let's just, you know, tuck a piece of a journal card there. We have a pocket. We'll put a piece of, we'll put 2 little tags in there. Okay. And then as we go, looking for the other things that are there, we have another tuck. I gotta cover that with some stuff. Okay. Put some paper or some ephemera inside this guy. This is a tuck. Figure out what I'm gonna put there. I don't know. Okay. I might need to make some more things. I feel like the pockets are kind of light now that I'm doing it and I'm working on it. A little tag here. Okay, so it needs a little something else there. That's there. I think that's good. And a couple pieces of paper. Then we have the second one. So we have a journal card and maybe a tag. Okay, and then we have a tuck here. So we'll put oh, this one goes in the other one. Let's say we have another journal card that we decorated. We'll put it there. We'll put some paper in there. We have another little tuck up here. Okay. Where is, okay, I'm missing a journal card. No, I'm being overzealous with my journal cards. Let's put this one up here for now. Okay. Is that gonna stick? Yeah, it's gonna stick. Okay. Yeah, so tell me, I think, you know, listen, there's a lot of writing space in here. Would you be like, need to add more like ephemera, you know, to it and pieces, because it feels like, oh, here we go. So that one's in there. I have to put the other one, right, into it. So over here, again, one of these, I need a little something else, maybe another Edith Holden. Maybe there's just way too many tags over here. Or I could put this in here. Does it fit? Yes. Okay. And why not? We'll leave that there. So we'll need a little something behind here. And so on this guy over here, we have to put our little fairy. Where's our folder? Or not our folder, our envelopes. Did I make this one a tuck? Yes, I did. Okay, there we go. All right. So the only other thing that I'm making is a large tab cluster so that I could have it, and it'll be like, I think I'm going to make it as a hidden paper clip, and then that person could move it around to wherever they want to. I was also thinking of making it where but this is from Edith Holden paper. They could tuck it this way, and that way they could, you know, put wherever it is that they think that they are, not think that they are, like that. So the book has got the ephemera in it, and then you have this little, this guy looks crooked. We'll have to figure that out in a minute. It probably is crooked. No. What do you do then? What do you do then? It bothers me. Oh no. Okay. What is happening? What is happening, you? What happens? I don't know what happens. Man. Decisions, dilemma. You may turn into a pocket. For sure. I cut it off. I'll put some backing here, some nice color, and make it a pocket. Because I cannot have that. You know, look at that. Look at that. You can see that. Me molesta. I don't mind the bottom, whatever's going on there. And then, yeah, so then this would be like a little paper clip that they could put wherever. So I might, you know, I have to make that. And then they'll have the little paper clip there. And then it's like a bookmark for them to use. The only thing I don't have now is how I'm going to do the closure. So that's the only thing that I need to figure out. I might just put a hole here and a hole here and get some other pretty ribbon or not twine. I have some like chiffon-y kind of like pretty green, so if they work with the tags, I'll put it here to be able to make the closure as a tide. But there she goes. I am so happy. I'm so proud. I feel like so like, oh, this is so cute. I want to keep it. Maybe I should keep it. So I do have some things to finish and tweak off, whatever. But I'm probably not going to do another video. I think this has been long enough, and you've been with me till now because you've wanted to see my process and cheered me on with my first journal to sell. Then thank you so much. Yeah, please subscribe. I plan to do more journals to sell, and you know, I have quite a few that I've done for myself during projects. And yeah, this has been really fun. Like I said, I have some tweaking to do, but other than that, I think it's good. I think she's lovely. So, my Etsy shop is listed in my LinkTree bio, etc. So if you wanted to go in and follow me and whatever, I've had it for a number of years. I did some digital work, hit or miss here and there. But now I'm into the junk journaling, and so I've been trying to put stuff out there for our, you know, our peoples. So please, if you've been here for the first time, please consider subscribing. They're long sometimes. I don't know if they're this long, but you know, I think I gave you good information. If you've been with me for a while, thank you so much for coming. I hope you've enjoyed this whole process and being with me while I did my first to sale. And you know, like, comment, subscribe. Should I put a topper? Is there enough ephemera? Suggestions of what I could add, where I missed the mark, etc. You know, constructively, nicely. But until the next time, ciao ciao, bye.